Hello YouTube, it's your boy B3 back another kicking comic book collection update. Yeah, it's been a while since I did one of these, hasn't it? That's because I haven't been buying a lot of comics. I've needed the money for school and bills and etc. And I've actually think I might start buying them digital. Even though I buy them digital, I'll still do updates and stuff though. Just for fun. But and I'm still getting single issues. I'm just going to be getting more of my trades digital, so I'll still be getting single issues. So right now we got Death of Superman, Superman 75. This was actually my grandfather's. He died a while ago, like 2 years ago, but he left me his comics because I was the only one who would appreciate them. And my grandma and aunt just finally found them and gave them to me. There were more. I'm sorry I didn't show them, but they never left my car. I got them, and then I took them to the comic shop, sold most of them. But I kept this one to remind me of him. It's special to me because it was his. But I also had, like, the Comic-Con Death of Superman book. I had all of Reign of Superman, the whole, like, 80s DC Marvel crossover, several issues of Spider-Man magazine and stuff that still had the posters and cards intact. But he bought them from me for cheap, and then he turned around and donated them to the children's hospital. So I'm very happy that my grandfather's comics will be read by children for a long time. That makes me really happy. But I kept this one for me just because I love my grandpa. And then I got this free The Amazing Spider-Man #1 behind the scenes edition. So this is basically just kind of the pencils for The Amazing Spider-Man #1 after Dan Slott left, you know. I was reading The Amazing Spider-Man, but I decided to go to trades for it, which worked out because Spider-Geddon, I literally can't afford to read Spider-Geddon, even though I read Spiderverse. So I have to wait for trades for Spider-Geddon anyways, so works for me. Then I got Rolled and Told. This is just this free kind of role-playing game thing. You know, you see that. Neat. We also got the Marvel Universe free, like disassembled kind of like previews and interviews and all that stuff. Ghost Spider. Yeah, really cool. And then I got another DC Nation. Green Lantern #1, Grant Morrison. I'm reading the trades for that, but you guys know Hal Jordan's my favorite superhero. Grant Morrison's one of my favorite writers. I feel like Grant Morrison really understands the characters he writes, so that makes me really happy. And I'm just so excited. So excited! Really, really great previews in here. Ooh, sorry. But yeah, so we're happy about that. And then we got Action Comics Volume 5, Booster Shot. It's a good title, especially for a Booster Gold. Can't wait to read that. You guys know I'm a huge Action Comics fan. It's one of the best books of Rebirth. I really, really love it. We'll talk more about Action Comics in a bit. And then we have Batman Detective Comics Volume 7, Batman Eternal. I don't feel like that's the best title for the book, Batman Eternal. We had a whole Batman Eternal series. You really need to call this Batman Eternal. But I'm really excited to read this. You guys know I also love Detective Comics as much as I love Action Comics. I love that it's a team book. I love that about it. Then we also have Superman Volume 6, Imperious Lex. So we finally got that Lex Luthor prophecy stuff, I think, coming to fruition with Apocalypse and whatnot. Really excited to read this. This has been my favorite Superman run of all time for the regular ongoing, as far as the ongoings go anyways, not counting miniseries and stuff, and Elseworlds stories and whatnot. But my favorite main continuity Superman ongoing run is easily Rebirth Superman. I love it. And then we have Justice League No Justice. I've been wanting to read this for a long time, and now I finally can. These all these different Justice League books are making me really happy. And what's that right there? Scott Snyder, one of my faves. James Tynion IV, also one of my faves. I've seen other stuff with Francis Manapul. Joshua Williamson, I don't recognize that name though, but hella excited for this. Got that from my local comic shop. I also got these from my local comic shop, Batman and the Signal. This one kind of went under my radar, but it's Scott Snyder, Tony Patrick. Love those guys. And I'm finally happy to see more Duke Thomas, because I do love Duke Thomas. And then we have Superior Carnage. I read this a while ago. A friend of mine was getting the single issues of it, and he let me read them. And I enjoyed it. Plus, I pretty much buy all the symbiote stuff I can get, to be completely honest with you guys. So added Superior Carnage to the collection. And then I got Venom Volume 4, The Nativity. I believe this is the last volume of Venom before the Volume 1 Rex comes out. Volume 1 Rex actually came out the day I'm recording this. Or at least it should have. But yeah, so once I finish this Venom run, then I can start that one. And then I also got Action Comics number 1000 Deluxe Edition. I actually bought a single issue of Action Comics 1000 with this cover, actually. But I didn't read it. It's just kind of on card, being a collector thing. My grandpa would have rolled in his grave if I didn't buy Action Comics 1000. I'm going to do the same with Detective Comics 1000. At the time of recording this, Detective Comics 1000 is hitting soon, but it hasn't yet. Yeah, and just 2 bonuses. I also got Red Lanterns Volume 4 on my Kindle. That is because Red Lanterns Volume 4 is like a really expensive book for some reason. It's the only Red Lantern book you can't get for like a normal retail price. Probably because it's the one where Guy Gardner becomes a Red Lantern again, and that's really popular, but I can never get it. That's the same reason I bought Venom Toxin with a Vengeance digitally on Comixology, because 1, it was $2, and 2, that one was really expensive for some reason in IRL. Couldn't find it anywhere. It was really expensive. And then I also got Damage Volume 1, you know, from the New Age Heroes post Dark Knight's Metal. I've just heard great things about Damage, so I really wanted to read that. And it was $5 on Amazon for Kindle, dude. $5. I'll be getting a lot more digitally just to save money. But I'm still going to have plenty of physical stuff for you guys to see. Like, there are some books that I'll always probably read physical. But lots of stuff I'll be switching to digital. So quick recap. Red Lanterns Volume 4. Damage Volume 1, Action Comics number 1000 Deluxe Edition, Venom Volume 4, The Nativity, Superior Carnage, Batman and the Signal, Justice League No Justice, Superman Volume 6, Imperious Rex, Batman Detective Comics Volume 7, Batman Eternal, Superman Action Comics Volume 5, Booster Shot, DC Nation Issue 6, Marvel Universe Free, The Uncanny X-Men number 1, Rolled and Told July 2018 free issue, The Amazing Spider-Man number 1 Behind the Scenes edition, and Superman number 75 The Death of Superman. So I hope that was enough to hold you guys over for a while. I don't know when the next thing I'll get to is. I'm starting to do reviews again. So you'll be seeing more comic book reviews on my Godzilla and Gigan channel, so check the links below to go to my main channel, my G&G channel, my toy channel, and I have comic book reviews on there. I just filmed the review for Batman Life After Death, and I just filmed the review for the Venom movie for this channel also, so those should be up if they aren't already. So that's it. Thank you all once again for your support. Got a lot of comics to read in this bag right here, and then we'll be doing them also. Lots of Batman, lots of Spider-Man, lots of great stuff in there. So that's it. Thank you all once again for your support, and I'll see you all later.